welcome back to Rating the List, where we review, discuss, and reimagine popular movie lists objectively. I'm Jerry.
And I'm Brad. And on this episode, we'll be exploring number 44 from AFI's 100 Years, 100 Passions, the 100 Greatest Love Stories of All Time.
All right, number 44 is The Philadelphia Story, released in 1940, directed by George Cukor, starring Cary Grant, Katharine Hepburn, and James Stewart.
The synopsis for this romantic comedy is as follows. Divorced socialite Tracy Lord, played by Katharine Hepburn, is set to marry nouveau riche man of the people, George Kittredge, played by John Howard. Reporter Mike Connor, played by Jimmy Stewart, and photographer Liz Embry, played by Ruth Hussey, are sent by their magazine to cover the wedding. They enlist the assistance of C.K. Dexter Haven, played by Cary Grant, Lord's hard-drinking ex-husband, who also works for the magazine. Dexter introduces them as friends of Tracy's diplomat brother. She isn't fooled, but Dexter tells her the magazine publisher has threatened a scandal-laden article about her father's affair with a dancer if he doesn't get the wedding story. Although she deeply resents her father's latest infidelity, she agrees to let Mike and Liz cover the wedding to protect her family's reputation. Dexter is welcomed back by Tracy's mother and sister, much to her dismay. She soon discovers that Mike has many admirable qualities, and as the wedding nears, she finds herself torn with attractions to George, Dexter, and Mike. The night before the wedding, Tracy gets drunk for only the second time in her life and takes an innocent midnight swim with Mike. George sees Mike carrying an intoxicated Tracy into the house, assuming the worst. The next day, he demands an explanation, and she has none. During the discussion, she realizes he's in love with an idealized version of herself, and not her true self. She breaks off the engagement. Mike volunteers to marry her to save her from scandal, with all the guests having arrived and waiting for the ceremony. She graciously declines, knowing Liz loves him. Dexter, who clearly planned to win her back all along, steps in, and she accepts.
Okay.
Lot going on in this one.
Lot of stuff happening all at once. It's a fun movie.
Yeah.
I would say. Katharine Hepburn, like, every movie she's in, she's just darling.
Yeah.
Like, she's so charming in every movie she's in. And same with Cary Grant, and James Stewart.
Yeah. And, this is one of those situations where you put a Cary Grant into a role of someone who's maybe not the greatest guy in the world. Mm-hmm. So one of the things that bothers me about this movie and kind of lowered it a little bit in my estimation is they play for laughs the fact that he hit her.
That is true.
Don't care for that at all. And
No.
I mean, it's one thing to have it happen, but
they show it on screen. But
to play it for laughs is...
Is it just me, or is Cary Grant slapped a lot of people in movies? Am I mixing him up with somebody else?
No.
Okay. I feel like he's hitting everybody. Every single movie we watch, he's hitting somebody. I don't know.
Does Cary Grant got to choke a bitch?
He's got issues. But yeah, I just feel like he's going around slapping and hitting people all the time.
But I mean, that just always, that kind of stuff always leaves a
and it happens in the opening scene, right?
I mean, she does kick him out right after it happens, and then we kind of fast forward a couple of years to the present day, which is when the story takes place. But it's just why do you have to play it for laughs?
Yeah, it's just
and then you really don't address it at all.
Yeah. Yeah, you don't. And then she gets back with him at the end.
Right.
So it's well...
Okay.
And that was another thing I didn't really get. They didn't really have a lot of, intimate moments in the movie. Yeah.
I mean, the most intimate moments happen between her and Mike.
Jimmy Stewart, right?
Yeah.
It didn't seem like she was just okay, I'll go back with...
Yeah, that was the thing.
Kind of weird.
There wasn't a lot of setup for why she would get back with him. I mean, it's kind of implied that he has stopped drinking and he's kind of turned a new leaf.
Yeah, he's kind of cleaned up his act.
Which everyone kind of sees, but, you know, when you have that, you know, there's got to be something heartfelt to say, hey, you know, when we were together before,
I'm really sorry about what I did.
I made a lot of mistakes. I'm really sorry about what I did, and, you know, I just...
But then he doesn't even, like, really...
Apologize,
one, and then I don't feel like he's fighting for her back.
Well,
is he?
The way he's fighting for her back is setting all this stuff kind of in motion a little bit.
Right. Like, oh, let's make this happen so this happens. Yeah, that's true.
He kind of encourages, like, once he finds out about the swimming thing, he kind of pushes George in a different direction.
Oh, that's true, yes. He kind of manipulates everybody.
Manipulates the situation.
Yeah. Another movie with a really fast dialogue,
yes.
Which is great.
A lot. I mean, this isn't that like the original golden age of romantic comedies. This movie was 1940.
Yeah.
So a lot of those like late 30s to 1950. There are a lot of romantic comedies during that time, and that kind of really staccato dialogue where everything's going super fast and everyone's very witty and responding to each other. And
I mean, some of the digs though in these movies are freaking great. Like, they're so funny. It's just the sarcasm runs rampant in the 40s and
really
30s.
Does, yeah.
But yeah, it's good. It's fun. Like I said, it's a fun movie, all except for, Cary Grant taking out his anger on somebody.
Except for a little domestic
just
violence.
a little bit of domestic violence. Not a big deal.
Just a little light domestic violence.
But it's fun. It's Jimmy Stewart's great. Like,
all the actors are great.
All the actors are great. It's fun. It really takes place in like one place. It's the house,
and it's like over the course of like 3 days.
Yeah, it's really
maybe 4 days. So we have like an initial scene that takes place like earlier, like 2 years earlier, where you see her marriage to Cary Grant's character. Dexter fall apart, and she kicks him out, and then we kind of fast forward. It's 2 years later, and she's getting remarried to George, who is a completely different kind of guy.
Totally different dude.
He's not old rich like Cary Grant and her are. They
don't like new rich.
Yeah, they're in like the same social circles. He's like he designs yachts and all kinds of stuff.
Yeah,
He's been working as like a foreign correspondent for Spy Magazine, which is the magazine that the three of them work for. And this guy, I forget exactly how he came into his money. I don't even remember.
I can't remember
how he came into it, but he's not old money like they are. So he doesn't have the social graces and all that. The gravitas. That the old East Coast money has, and that kind of comes into play a little bit. And
so one thing too is that her relationship with her dad, with her father. So her father has had extramarital affairs that she knows about.
Well, it's like not exactly a hidden secret.
Right.
Her parents do not live together. They live separately.
Right. And so she is very hurt by her father's actions, and she lets him know it.
Yeah, and she's extremely, pissed off that she has to deal with this one on her wedding day. And one again. That obviously it's not the first time her dad's done this, and hurt her mom. But now she has to help him cover it up to protect the family's name on her wedding.
On her wedding day.
So it's
kind of shitty.
It's kind of shitty.
The other thing is like, I just want you all to like close your eyes right now. And imagine you're at like a really good friend's wedding. Okay? You're at your good friend's wedding. You're waiting for her to come out. You're waiting for the groom to come out. But it's taking a really long time. You're like, what the heck is going on? And then all of a sudden, another groom comes. Somebody completely different. And they get married in front of your face.
Well, the thing is, they would all know. They're all going to know who he is. It's her ex-husband.
Right. But how weird is it to be at a wedding and then she weds something that
it's
somebody
not just,
else?
Not just that. I was thinking about it. It's like half of the people there are there for George.
Yeah, that's right. So they're probably like, what the fuck is happening right now?
Right?
Where's George?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Screenwriters didn't really think that part.
Yeah.
But,
They're like, do we go to the reception or
what do we do here? I mean, is the bar open?
do we go to the bar, just hit the bar straight away,
Yeah.
or what?
I mean, I would. I'd be like, oh, okay. It's funny. It's got a lot of good moments in it. It's got, 3, superstar actors, who are, at the top of their game.
Yeah.
All, working great she works great off of both of them. They work great together. The ensemble cast really works. The girl who plays her little sister is hilarious.
Oh, she's great.
Yeah,
She's really
she's
great.
got like a teenage, sister who's probably like 13 or 14 years
Yeah,
old.
yeah.
She's awesome.
She's great. She's funny.
Yeah. She adds a lot to the sarcasm.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Again, good movie. I gave it a 60. Jerry gave it a 69, so the list score is 64.5.
All right. If you've watched this movie and you want to talk about it, please leave us a comment. If you'd like to email us, please email us at ratingthelist@gmail.com. Do we have any other thoughts on this movie?
No, I'm good.
Okay, I think we're all right. So I'm Jerry,
And I'm Brad.
and we'll see you next time on Rating the List. Have a good night. Bye.
Bye.